let me say, Canada is not easy. Oh. Canada is not easy. Trust me, if you get Canada visa, it's God's favor and God's grace, right? So they want to make sure that, oh, if you are coming to their country, you can afford the basic things of life, normal things of life, not you coming, start jacking up. They don't expect you to work as a student. That is it. Normally, they don't expect you to work. So the 20 hours given to you is just for you to, probably as an intern, to learn more on your course, not to work and jacky and all of those things like that. Yeah. So they don't expect you to work. They only want you to come, study hard, then go back to your country. Right. Now, this is it. So if an accommodation, probably a shared apartment, is $1,000 Canadian, and then you cannot afford it, so what is the essence?
Hey, Fadi fam, you're welcome to Geeks Media International, a sister brand of Geeks Travels. And this is your Travel Padi Podcast, where we talk about everything travel. And today we have an amazing topic that we'll be speaking about. I am your host for today, Oluwafermi Oni, and our topic is increasing proof of funds for international students. And I have a seasoned guest who will help us with that topic. He's not just a seasoned guest, he's a lead travel consultant, he's a certified British accredited education consultant, and an ICEF trade consultant. He's no other person than Prince Adelanke Olasheinde Alade, my boss. A round of applause, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Oluwafermi. I sincerely appreciate you for inviting me, and I'm excited to be here. Trust me, this is one of those things I've been looking forward to, and I think we are fully ready to converse to any length and any angle you want us to go. Shall we? Thank you.
All right. So before we get right into the gist, I would like to ask, for those of us that don't know, a certified British accredited education consultant. What does that mean? And how does it give you an edge in helping students secure their visa and, of course, arrange their proof of funds?
All right. Thank you for that question. And to be honest with you, for you to be a certified British education consultant and counselor, not only a consultant, but a counselor, because you counsel people, we guide people, and all of those things that surrounds with it. So you need to go through some trainings. There are a lot of trainings from the British Council, right? So ranges from how you guide students. You need to know the code of conduct that guides a counselor and to be a consultant, and also the code of conduct that guides managing student application. All of those code of conduct are very, very important. So you need to be well trained about it. And this certification is in, 2 years. So every 2 years, you get to renew it, do under training, update it, and get certified. I think we've got, as far as I'm concerned, I've been on my second certification with the British Council. So trust me, this has actually given me an edge over others. And also, I'm exposed to some other trainings from the British Council. The nitty-gritty about the policies that guide student application, the UK immigration policies, a lot of educational institutions, and across the British country, that being the Britain. So we are well trained about all of these and how to go about their education, to counsel prospective students and all of those. So yeah, I think this has actually given me an edge over others. That's it.
All right. So let's get straight to the topic for today.
That's fine.
As an education consultant, can you explain what proof of fund means and why is it a critical thing for international students? Because I'm sure a lot of people don't know how important it is to have a proof of fund. So how important is proof of funds in your application as an international student?
All right, thank you very much, Feromi. Let me say it here categorically that proof of fund is one of the most important documents for you to have as a prospect to traveling abroad, irrespective of the country, either Canada, United Kingdom, USA, Australia, or any other European countries around the world. When we say proof of fund, what do we understand by proof of fund? Proof of fund is a financial statement that shows your financial viability that you can sponsor yourself abroad. So these people want to see the immigration, the immigration system of your country, of your prospective country. Either you're going to the United Kingdom, Canada, or US, or any other European country. Then they want to see how financial viable you are, how financial capable you are, and they want to see your financial strength in sponsoring yourself abroad. What are those things that is made up of proof of fund? Number one, the total amount of your tuition fee. Number two, your living expenses in that country. And also, I want to state it here that your living expenses in that country also depends on the city your school is located or, cited, right? For instance, let's say London, for instance. Now, outside London, living expenses, it is different from London living expenses. If it were to be in Canada, yes, that's it. Toronto living expenses, it is different from people living in Alberta or Calgary. Yeah. And also the same thing applicable to the United States, right? Washington, D.C., schools located in the cities of Washington, D.C. have got different financial requirements. And all of these things, it centers on the living expenses. And also recently, out of London living expenses is 1,200 and something pounds. And London, I think it's about 1,334. Are you getting it? So depending on the location and depending on the total amount of the tuition fee.
Okay, so I have like a 2-in-1 question.
Okay.
Now, the first one is it because of several countries' proof of fund? That's why proof of fund keeps increasing. And also, the country's variable. So how much is there like a speculated amount of money designated for each country that you should know that, okay, if you are going to this certain country, you should have this amount?
Yes, absolutely. Different countries have got different requirements. That's it. United Kingdom has got, just like I said, in London, for United Kingdom, they've got 1,330 something for London, and out of London, I think is 1,200 out of London. And for Canada used to have $10,000, 10,000 Canadian dollars for their prospects. As at last year, let me say 2023, they used to have $10,000 Canadian dollars for their prospects. But 2024, on the 1st of January 2024, they increased it from $10,000 to $20,200 Canadian dollars. And again, there is a speculation that is increasing this year from that 20,000 to 22,000 by September this year. So different countries have got different countries requirements. And for United States, now this is it. For United States immigration, they do not really have a specific amount for proof of fund, but schools have designed their own requirement based on the location and where the school is sited. Are you getting me? And also, I think one of those reasons for consistent and continuous increase in this proof of fund is inflation, consistent rise in price of goods and services in those countries, and also consistent and continuous rise in living expenses of people living in these countries. For instance, in Canada last year, when they said they are increasing their proof of fund from $10,000 to $20,000, we asked, why are these people doing all of this? Trust me, it's more or less like these people inflicting pains on prospective students, not only in Nigeria now, from other countries, for other prospective students around the world, from India, from Ghana, from Angola, from all other countries around the world, yeah. But the most important reasons these people stated, he said, their students they are experiencing some kind of lack of, can I say, improper way of feeding themselves, and that they cannot meet up with the living standard of the city and the country where they are. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So I think just like UK, inflation and living expenses in those countries. That's the reason why it is. The usual consistent increase in proof of fund.
All right. So I want to give a scenario.
Okay.
Very, very funny one at that.
Okay.
I had a friend that was planning to travel abroad, like as an international student.
Okay.
And then because of proof of funds, I'm not sure she had like a proper knowledge of what proof of fund is.
Okay.
So she like loaned money from a loan company.
Okay.
So that it can just reflect in her accounts that she has, that school fees, and then she has more to take care of herself. Okay. And then at the end of the day, she was denied and even suspended, I guess.
Okay.
So How does proof of fund works? Is it just about seeing the money in your account?
Okay, so this is, I think, trust me, our people needs to be well educated and well orientated about what proof of fund really means. Proof of fund is not just you putting the bigger amount, the big amount of money in your account, the blog money in your account. For instance, let me say, I'm still coming back to your question.
Looking to relocate, study, or explore the world at ease? At Gladwill Integrated Global Services, we specialize in international travel education, visa processing, legal advisories to destinations like Canada, USA, UK, Europe, and across Africa. From leisure vacations to corporate tours, Geeks Travels offers tailored travel experiences that suit your needs.
And it is usually called the financial requirements of all these student, study visa. And again, let me say this, that a lot of people mix this visa up. It is study visa, not work and study visa. Oh, but it is because the study visa, these countries are giving the student the opportunity to work just a minimum of 20 hours, the maximum of 20 hours, on their visa. That is why a lot of people call it work and study. So let me go back to your question now. Proof of fund, you need to know the total amount of your tuition fee, just like what I said, and the living expenses of that school or the city where the school is cited. Now, to now fund your account, it is not only you go to that loan. Just like I usually tell my clients or our clients in this company that I will not advise you to loan money. Yeah, I won't advise you to loan money. Just try as much as possible to get the fund in your account. Now, when you are trying to prove fund, they tell you proof of fund. You need to prove where the fund is coming from. Yeah. So if, for instance, if your total tuition fee is about £19,000, yeah, and your school is located at Kent, for instance, let's say Canterbury, let's say University of Kent, Canterbury, and your living expenses is about let's say 15 to 16 to 17, let's say £16,000. So you need to add £16,000 plus £19,000 of your tuition fee. That is about 30 something thousand pounds. Yeah, so you need to have 30 something thousand pounds in naira in your account. This is huge amount of money. Very huge. Very huge. Exactly. So now, proving this fund in your account require you to probably meet some family and friends. Oh, sir, can you help me? I'm trying to study abroad. I need, let me say, I need 60 million or 70 million, for instance. And your father was able to raise 40 million naira for you. Your sister was able to raise another 20 million. Your mom was able to raise 10 million. Just rally around family, friends, and everybody, you're able to raise about 75 to 80 million naira. It's fine. So now, you need to prove where the money is coming from. How do you prove that? Number one, what is the source and the originator of that money? Is it from an investment? Is it from sales of property? Is it from a dividend coming from, it shares your father bought in your name for years and all of those things? Or probably landed property or an asset was sold because, you want to fund your study abroad program, probably in Canada, in US, or United Kingdom. So the receipt of the sales of land or sales of any property, then the dividend certificate of the sales of the shares that was sold on your behalf needs to be proved that, oh, this is where the fund is coming from. Oh, your mommy has been saving into a microfinance bank for years because there have been this long-term goal in your family that you might be the only person that will be able to, travel abroad, and there's this family savings for you alone. So definitely all of these things, the proofs of where this fund is coming from should be uploaded while applying for your visa. So that is what's called proof of fund. So you need to show the proof where the fund, the source, the origin of the fund. That's it. Not just borrow money. Yeah. So sorry for cutting you. One of the reasons why even though you have the bogus amount of money, just like you said, in your account, and the visa was denied, the visa isn't denied, is because you're unable to prove the exact source of that money. And they will tell you, oh, you have the money, but then where is the source of the money? Meanwhile, we have some consular who will not reject your visa, rather they will send you a link, for additional document to get the source of the fund.
So is it safe to say that one can use loan for proof of funds if they can prove that it's a loan and they'll be able to pay back?
The ideal thing, statutorily, you don't need a loan, because if you are studying abroad, the immigration and the consulate should know that you don't need a loan, except if you have a government student loan. Now, a government student loan definitely must have a proof where you apply for this loan and the source of the loan. And in fact, the government will be able to stand that, oh, they are the one sponsoring you, so there must be proofs that, oh, the government is in charge or is the one paying for your tuition fee and all of those things. So loaning from a private individual, to fund your proof of fund is more or less like a fraud to them. So, and if they know, trust me, your visa will be outrightly denied and you'll be banned.
All right. So let's talk about Canada.
Okay.
This is like everybody's secondary country. Even
Trust
not the
me.
first now.
Trust me.
Everybody wants to go to Canada to study, probably because of how easy it is.
Yeah.
And now there is a recent update that they might increase, that they will increase their proof of funds. And that's like by 11%.
Yeah.
So is this like a policy, or is this a way for them to reduce the number of students that come into Canada? Because you cannot deny the fact that a lot of people go to Canada on a yearly basis.
Yeah.
And people are just trooping into Canada probably because it's, easy, or maybe they have a less strict policy. So do you think that the hike in proof of funds is to reduce the number of students, or it's just based on policy?
All right. Let me say, Canada is not easy. Canada is not easy anywhere. And that's the bitter truth. Yeah, we tell you the truth, nothing but the truth. Canada is not easy. Trust me, if you get Canada visa, it's God's favor and God's grace. Now, back to your question, the increase in proof of fund. Last year, just like I said, January 1st to be precise, the fund was increased from 10,000 Canadian dollar to 20,000 Canadian dollars. That's approximately 100% increase. And this year again, proposing by September from 20,000 Canadian dollars to 20,000 Canadian dollars. Now, this is it. I want to let me first register this in your mind and in the mind of our audience, that different country has got immigration cap, irrespective of the route you are trying to explore, either through the study route, either through the work route, either through the visiting route, or probably all other routes. Global talent, digital nomad, irrespective of the route, you are going into that country. Yeah. So they've got cap. What do I mean by cap? They've got this statutory amount of students they want to allowed into that country for that year. For this year, 2025, I think Canada has got a cap of 530-something thousand students to come into their country. And trust me, immediately they get to that cap, trust me, they will have mass rejection. There's also called mass rejection, if people don't know. Even sometimes, in fact, if you want to double check, have any prospect who has applied for Canadian visa, if you have 2 or 3 of them, and the 2 or 3 of them were denied, check their rejection letter, they are the same thing. Word for word, verbatim, trust me. They are the same thing. That is how far we have been able to assess and review rejection letters to the best of our knowledge. Yeah. So I think the reason why these people are doing this is, number one, to immigration, to tighten their immigration, right? And also, Canada is one of the most educated countries in the world. Exactly. So they want to maintain the quality of the status quo of the education system. That's number 2. Number 3, and also, they want to also meet up with the living standard that, if you are coming from abroad to their country, you need to be able to meet up with the living standard of that city you are staying. Let me use this as an example. We have one of our clients who has got Canadian visa earlier this year, and the person is to be resuming by September. In fact, the father reached out to me some couple of weeks ago, still asking me what is the update about accommodation, right? Now, this is it. So if an accommodation, probably a shared apartment, is 1,000 Canadian dollars, and then you cannot afford it, so what is the essence? Right? So they want to make sure that, if you are coming to their country, you can afford the basic things of life, normal things of life, not you coming, start jacking up. They don't expect you to work. As a student, that is it. Normally, they don't expect you to work. So the 20 hours given to you is just for you to, probably as an intern, to learn more on your course, not to work and jacky and all of those things like that. Yeah. So they don't expect you to work. They only want you to come, study hard, then go back to your country. They don't expect you to work. The 20 hours is not meant for working. It's just meant for intern and some other, probably they call it co-op. Are you getting me now? Co-op. So I mean, they call it intern from our own end, but they call it co-op, stuff in Canada. Yeah. So they want to tighten up their immigration. They want to also ensure that the students coming to their country are well okay to afford the basic need of, life, from their accommodation to their food to whatever thing that will make the student more comfortable to their study.
Okay, based on what you said just now, imagine a student has been able to prove funds and probably has been granted the visa and is probably living there.
Yeah.
But in the long run, the person could not probably meet up the basic standard of living. Are they going to deport such a person, or is that person at a risk?
So this is it. That's one of the reasons why they want to have the quality fund. That's one of the reasons they have the consistent increase in their proof of fund. Is to also curb the consistent rise in study visa application. So in as much you have been given the visa and you're able to you are able to gain entrance into the country, I don't think you should have any other problem. Because number one, we all know that one of the major reasons why the 20 hours is there is for you to have an intern or co-op activities around your coursework. I get it. But then you can use the 20 hours to quickly do some major work to earn some cash and just make sure you are fine. That's it.
All right. So lastly, as we are rounding up the show, what's your advice to international students? Especially, I'm sure a lot of people are worried with the rising by this proof of fund. So what's your advice basically to the international students?
All right. Thank you, Feromi. I sincerely appreciate you. It has been a wonderful time with you on this program. And I want to say to the audience that proof of fund, a lot of people see proof of fund as a death sentence. Trust me, proof of fund is not. Because fine, we understand that it is one of the major reasons why your visa is being approved or denied. Either we like it or not. Proof of fund is one of either you want to go through the visit route, want to go through the work route, want to any route you want to travel abroad through any of those routes. Proof of fund is very, very important. Now, this is it. Make sure you have a valid and authentic proof of fund. Not only having a valid and authentic proof of fund. Yes, what do I mean by valid? That the money is being shown. You need 50 million, and the 50 million is well shown in your account. You're able to verify via your bank, and your bank is able to attest to the fact that, you run this account consistently with us for a period of some years, minimum of 3 years. Are you getting me now? And you have this fund available in your account. And you're able to prove the source and the origin of this fund, where the fund is coming from. So as soon as these people were able to establish this fact, to establish the authenticity and the validity of this fund in your account, trust me, there's nothing, holding you back for not getting an approved visa. And I want to also say, that we have got different microfinance companies helping people, for proof of fund. Yes, and we advise that whichever you want to go with, make sure the company is well established, and yes, make sure they are able to provide legit and legitimate funding for you. So that's it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Breeze, for dropping gems for us on this episode.
Are you sure I'm dropping gems?
I'm sure a lot of international students have learned one or two. Like I said, I learned a new word,
co-op. Yeah.
So it's not intern, it's co-op.
Yeah, that's for Canada anyway.
For Canada. Yeah. Okay. So, and I'm sure a lot of international students have learned one or two. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to reach us to Geeks Travels for all your travel plans. Either you're planning to work and study abroad, or you need a study visa, or you want to work abroad. Just reach out to Geeks Travels. Our contacts are on your screen. Don't hesitate to reach out to Geeks Travels. Catch you on the next episode, still speaking on this same topic. Until the next time, I remain your host, Oluwafermi Oni. Bye-bye.